Hello, good people, and welcome to the Fusing Shop. If this is your first time here, welcome to our flame working glass blowing channel. If this is not your first time here, thank you so much for coming back and checking out another one of our videos. In this video, I am going to be making a shot glass on a lathe. It's pretty easy to make, and I started here with a piece of crack glass that I have. I figured it'd be fun to show you how to fix a crack. And what you need to do that is a nice annealing flame. So turn up that propane and get a nice hot bushy flame going, and just heat. You want to heat where the crack is going to lead, is going to spread to, I guess you could say. So you want to start heating in the middle-ish, because that's where my crack was. It started at the end and was going towards the middle. And then you want to gently heat down that tube to help heal that crack. Now you're always going to have a scar mark when you have a crack, so there's nothing really you can do about it. You just do your best with what you have. And this was a scrap piece of glass for me anyway, so it's not something I would sell to anyone, but something to give away. And once that you're done using that annealing flame, you crank up the oxygen, and all that soot and blackness will just disappear. As you see, it is all gone now. And you could still see the cracks spinning around there. Again, you never could really fully get rid of them, but at least you could stop them from spreading and, breaking your whole piece. So, yeah, it's again, learning to fix your mistakes is very important. And I do want to take a quick moment to point out that I did start a Patreon page. I have 4 videos up now, and I do plan on posting a bunch more. So if you haven't already, go check that out at patreon.com/fusingshop, and you could sign up and get access to those exclusive videos there. So here I'm just putting some gentle heat. You can see there's a lot of propane in this flame that I'm running right now, so I'm just putting some gentle heat into that tube, and again, still trying to heal away that crack as much as I can before starting to shape the glass that we're going to be making. And just take your time. Remember, you're not going to fully remove it, so just do the best with what you have. Now, while I'm doing that, we'll do the dad joke for today's video, and the joke is, don't ever trust acupuncturists, because they're a bunch of backstabbers. That's true, they definitely do stab you in the back, but you know what, it feels pretty good when they're done, so I'm a fan of acupuncture. Right now, what I'm doing is closing down the end of my tube to help make the puck on the bottom of the glass. So just get some nice juicy heat in there. And since my lathe is rather tiny, I could rest the marver on the bottom of it while I do this to get a nice precise angle, or to get it flat as I'm shaping. If you have a giant lathe, I recommend getting a tool rest so you could do the same thing. And have something to give your tools a place to rest on. Makes it easier for doing this kind of precise work. So just my own input on that. Some people I've seen use it without any kind of rest, which is fine. Whatever works for you. You got to do what works. Right now I'm just flattening the bottom and closing it down. And graphite is the only tool that you could put in the flame, but you don't want it to get too hot. So if it starts turning red, take it out, and because those fumes cannot be good for your lungs. I really should have a bucket to dip my marver in, but I didn't have one nearby, so that's why it's kind of smoking right now. So when it is hot, you could go ahead and dip it in there to cool it down. So yeah, just heating up, beginning to make a thicker gather, letting that glass thicken up on the end. Just keep a nice juicy heat right on the bottom where you want that glass to move. And I have a pretty neutral flame going right now. And again, just really focusing that heat right on the end. And there's my reminder to kindly hit that subscribe button. Greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much. And also, if you do me a quick favor and hit that thumbs up button, that would be awesome as well. So thanks so much for all your support and kindness. I really appreciate you guys commenting and telling me what I can do better. I'm always learning. I never claim to be an expert. This is just something fun that I enjoy doing and sharing what I know. So you can see that the puck is thickening up on the end. And we're still going to put a little bit more heat in there. I like it to be, you know, pretty thick. It's got a nice weight to it, and it makes it easier to stand up. So put in some nice heat, flatten it out using your paddle. I'm going to kind of make it like a bullet kind of glass. So I'm going to go ahead at a slight angle, and you can see how that makes a nice taper right on the bottom. And just let the lathe do its work. I'm barely touching it with the graphite. I'm barely touching it. You don't have to be a beast with the glass. It will do what you want it to do with just a little gentle push. Now I do like to keep my lathe at a rather low speed. This helps me keep my work on center and from flopping all over the place. So I like to always, you know, try to make sure we have control of the glass. Again, going in for some more shaping, evening out those walls a little bit using the paddle. Using the bottom of my lathe as a tool rest. Alright, and here we are from the other angle. You want to heat where you want the glass to move. So I want to flatten it a little bit more on the bottom. So I'm just heating that up on the bottom, giving it a little press with the paddle. And you can make it whatever shape you want. This is the shot glass that I'm making here. There's no blowing involved. It's just pretty much a pretty straight shot glass. You can make them where you blow them out, and you know, maybe we'll do that in a different video. Let me know if that's something you guys are interested in the comments below. Right now I'm chucking it up to the other side. You want to wait for your glass to cool, to stiffen up before you do this, or else it will start to droop. So you know, make sure your glass is cooled down at least a little bit before you do it, before you chuck it up to the other side. And then I'm going in with heating, starting with the heat right at that lip, because that lip is what's going to move the most. So you need to get the most heat into that section. And then I'm going to move down a little bit just to make a little small taper here on the glass. So heat up and get that lip nice and juicy hot. And then gradually move my torch down the glass to get a nice taper right at the lip there. And when the glass starts to condense in, you go in with your reamer and just gently, barely touch the glass, and it'll just open right up for you. And that's pretty much it. It's pretty easy shot glass to make. It only takes like about 8 minutes, and that's what it looks like. Again, you can kind of see where the crack is in the glass, because remember, we did use a cracked piece of glass to start this project. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to check out the Patreon page, like, comment, subscribe, and all that good stuff, and I'll see you in the next one.